Welcome to BFS Wargaming. I'm Dan.
I'm
Ben.
Hello.
We're playing a 1750 point battle. Tyranids versus Drukhari. I'll hand you over to Ben. He can go through his list.
So I've got a
Battalion.
Thank you. With Hive Tyrant with Strangthorn Cannon and two Death Spitters with Slime Maggots. Tervigan, Convert Job with Claws, Broodlord, and then we have a set of Hive Guard 3, again Convert, then some Venom Thropes, two of them Converts, two Biovores, Hive Crone, and the infantry is 3 warriors, 20 Steelers,
5 warriors.
5 warriors, thank you, and 30 Death Spitter Termagants. Cool. And psychic powers are paroxysm, and the Broodlord's also got paroxysm, and psychic scream on the Hive Tyrant as well as paroxysm, and that one's got the onslaught for the Tervigan.
Good. Bigger lids this time.
Yes, this time less infantry, more mixture of things.
Should be good. Right, we shall get the Drukhari army ready and we'll come back in a second. Right, here's the Drukhari list. I run a Homunculus Vanguard. The Homunculus has got the Mask of the Vexator as his weapon of whatever it is. I'm running two squads of 3 grotesques. These are the old models, but I have got new models. I just need to get them painted and table ready. I have 5 mandrakes and 2 talos. Again, slightly a little bit unpainted here and there, but I'm magnetising everything, so everything's magnetised, ready for tournaments, so I can keep them WYSIWYG. And then I've got a battalion of the Black Heart. That's Prophets of Flesh as well. Battalion of the Black Heart. 2 Archons, 3 units of 5 Cabalites, all with a shredder in each. Then I have a squad of Scourges, 3 with Haywire Blasters, 2 with a Splinter Carbines. I have 1 Venom, Splinter Cannon, Twin Splinter Rifle. I have a Raider with Disintegrator. Then I have 2 Ravagers with 2 Disintegrators and a Dark Lance. And I have my Reaper that I am at the moment in the process of converting, as you can't seem to get one anywhere. And also the 2 Razor Wings, both armed with Disintegrators and the missiles. I think that's everything. Oh, the Archon here will have the Helm of Spite, and this Archon will have the mask. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but what it does is re-roll wound rolls of 1 on top of the Archon standard re-roll hit rolls of 1. And I am spending the 3 command points to give them an artifact of cruelty across all 3 characters, and I'm also using the Alliance of Agony, so I can have command trait, the Warlord trait on both of the Succubus and the Homunculus and the Archon, of which I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but I will add them later. So that's everything.
So I forgot to say that I've got a Norn Crown for Synapse ability on the Tervigan, and the Hive Tyrant has a Yarngrove factor as well, to make him a little bit more tougher, fightier, or stronger when he gets into combat. If
I'm hoping he doesn't, unless with the Homunculus covering, but otherwise I don't really want to get him into combat whatsoever.
I absolutely want to get him into combat.
Right,
but he's
we'll come
this time.
Back after we've decided what deployment and... Right, we're going to run, we're going to do Maelstrom. We're just going to roll for the mission.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 6.
Deadlock.
And what is deadlock?
2, 2, 3. Shall I just roll for board type?
Yeah, let's roll for And that is 2.
That's a 2. So we're on a standard Dawn of War, and
I forgot to say I'm using the Diabolical Soothsayer, so and the Labyrinth of Cunning as my 2 warlord traits. I'm just going to roll to see how many command points I gain from. So that's an extra 3 command points.
awesome.
Fantastic. Right, we'll come back with after deployment. Right, deployment. On the Drukhari side, we have a Razor Wing, the main homunculus coven there. We have Archon at the back there with the 2 Ravagers and the Reaper. Another Archon there. The Raider and the Venom, and another Razor Wing here. And on the Nids side, we have the Termagants out on this side. Already sat on objective. Is that 4? 5?
4, yeah.
4. And then we have the whatever that's.
Turvagon.
3.
3 Venom Thropes, trying to get as much coverage for the extra to hit problem.
Is that the -1 to hit?
Yeah.
Horror.
There's 3. The Hive Guard are skulking behind there because they can shoot over stuff. Oh, there's also a Biovore there at the back
Tucked
there.
in there as well.
And another one at the back there. Everything's hiding a bit to begin with, except for the infantry because you can't hide them. Warriors. Alien Cunning of the Hive Tyrant. I might just use that to relocate him actually.
Right.
And then, Crone. Oh, Broodlord's down there as well.
Who's your
Warlord.
warlord? And warlord for mine is the guy at the back here.
Do you have 2?
They have the warlord trait, but he's the warlord when it comes to slay the warlord.
Right.
So that's us. We're going to now roll off. We might as well do it live on camera.
Yeah, and I will just do the cunning relocate thing.
Yep.
Do I need to? Nah, it'll be fine. Be fine. We'll just chance it a bit.
Is that a command point?
Huh? It's his ability.
Ah, right.
I'm actually going to do it because I want to give him a bit of cover extra, because you are going to get shooty, and I want to avoid being shot by that big nasty thing, although you can move and shoot him to begin with, so we'll do something like that.
And the Nids, surprisingly, due to the single battalion, lots of big units, set up first. So Ben's going to get +1 to the cover to his roll.
Beat that.
Yeah, I will might as well not bother rolling. I will try to seize and get a 3.
Unlucky. Oh, yours. Yeah.
Right, so we will join you after turn 1 of the Nids. Right, so we're going to be drawing objective cards for turn 1 Nids, and we've got
Tactical objective.
Blood and Guts, Devour, Defend objective 6, which is
VI.
there.
Oh yeah.
Right in front of my lines.
Oh.
We've got Dominate, so that's hold 6 objective card markers.
Am I pulling 6 up?
Yep. Area denial, so that's centre of the board. No units within 6 inches, or 12 for extra.
And objective 1.
And defend objective 1, which is all the way over there by my flyer.
Awkward.
Right. Right. End of Tyranids moving, psychic and shooting, because we sort of forgot. Right. Everything advanced right the way up the line. The
Hive Crone
advanced right up. These spores dropped in.
Yeah.
One of them popped in front of the radar over there, did nothing. Lost one of the grotesques. Pretty much everything shot into a lot shot into it, and he sucked up a lot, and then he died just before the charge phase on the last. I think it was the last shot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Then I've lost another wound in the combat phase on that model, and I lost 8 wounds on the Ravager, which I'm not overly pleased about.
I should have shot my tentacles at that bugger. No.
Also, 2 wounds on the Razor Wing as well. So in summary,
to get
you've
area
got
denial.
area denial so far, and he is defending objective 6 at the second. I think that's all of them so far, isn't it? Area denial got 3, which is rolling well at the second. Although feel no pain to roll quite well for the grotesques. So on to Drukhari movement.
That's a good point. Didn't think about this guy.
Right. Cards drawn was priority orders received. I got secure objective 2, which is over there. Probably not going to happen. I got defend objective 1, secure objective 1, Kingslayer, domination, again not going to happen, and witch hunter, which is possible.
Yeah.
Maybe not this turn, but it is possible. So I moved the Razor Wing up and the Radar and the Venom. These stayed as is. I moved advanced the Grotesques across to there to get 1. Dropped them out of combat. Moved the Taluses up. Moved the Homunculus across and moved the Razor Wing up there. Now on to Drukhari shooting phase. Right, end of Drukhari shooting phase. The Razor Wing here shot and killed the Biovore. He also killed a warrior and he killed... No, he didn't kill a Gene Stealer. Then we shot quite a lot of stuff into the Hive Tyrant. The Reaper took 8 wounds off.
Yeah.
I think it was the Razor Wing took 2 off. Oh no, sorry, it was the Perils of the Warp on the last round, took 2 off.
Took 2 off.
Then we took how many?
The Razor Wing did nothing actually. Then you've taken about 8 of them out.
With various different fire from splinter weapons. We took a couple of...
Got rid of some of the spore mines.
Got rid of spore mines. We took a couple of wounds off the Crone thing.
Yeah, Hive Crone.
Hive Crone. The Taluses did nothing because the only thing running a tournament list is when you've got Haywire blasters against an army with no vehicles, they're a bit ineffectual. So on to charge phase. There's only going to be 1 charge, and that's going to be the Taluses, I believe. So on to charge phase. Right, the small amount of combat that went on. The Taluses got in. 1 wound was lost on Overwatch, and then with the chain flails, they inflicted. Was it 6? 6 damage.
20 attacks.
20 attacks, yeah.
Re-rolling all of your wound rolls as well once you get them.
Oh, they're a beast.
Ow.
So 6 wounds done on that, and that's it for Drukhari turn 1. Cards wise, I got secure objective 1. I got
First Blood.
First Blood. So I think that is
2 points.
2 points for me, and now on to Nid's turn 2. Right, so movement phase. Turn 2 Nids. Everything up there advanced towards the radar. Your what they call them?
Tervigans?
No, these ones in the front of the building.
Oh, Venthrips.
They've moved up. Gene Stealers moved over there. The Warriors moved over there. The Tyrants moved across. The Crone is moved right up to the
Damaged
Ravager. And the Gene Stealers have charged forward with some serious
bits of spiky tooth and claw.
Yeah, and then you've manifested what?
3. I tried to manifest 4 psychic powers. First one, Smite. You denied with your Helmet of Ugliness, whatever it is.
Your helmet, Spite.
That's the one. And caused me a point of damage on the Tyrant. Hasn't killed it yet.
So it's back down to 2.
Back down to 2 because it did rapid regeneration using up my command points. The last of.
Then he got off.
Then it got off.
Paroxysm, is it?
Paroxysm against one of the Talos.
Yeah.
And this guy got Paroxysm off against that other Talos.
Yeah.
And then the Tervigan got off Onslaught, which means
they don't suffer a shooting penalty.
Yeah, and I get a Dominate thing.
Right, on to shooting phase. Stuff. So, end of fight phase.
Oh, do we get to pile in?
You get to consolidate.
Oh, and that's blown up.
That is now blown up, yep. So, the Talos blew up, doing a mortal wound to all my units, and The Gene Stealers took a mortal wound, but I've saved it on the Leviathan save. They killed the Talos. Other than that, that's the charge phase done. You just got to pile in.
Is it D6 for piling in?
No, it's 3.
Just 3. Right, consolidate, I should say.
To consolidate, yeah.
Right.
So we'll consolidate and then we'll move on to Drukhari movement phase.
Oh, and my victory point.
On the cards front, you got Dominate, which is if at least 3 psychic powers were cast and successfully manifested. Blood and Guts, and also Devour. So storming ahead on victory points.
1, 2.
And I get Defend Objective 1. So I get further 2.
Damn it.
Right. Drukhari turn 2. I have drawn an extra card, which was Pain in all its forms, which is destroy something in the shoot phase and the fight phase. Defend Objective 2, which probably is not going to happen. And I've still got Kingslayer, Domination and Witch Hunter, which I'm hoping to achieve. But we shall see. Right, moving on to movement phase. Right, Drukhari movement. Everything moved up a little bit, so it wasn't quite so close to that, or the Gene Stealer onslaught. The homunculus come and move round to try and take on the Gene Stealers. They wanted to have it because they're grotesque and they don't care. The Venom moved up, so did the Razor Wing, so did the Archon, moved us slightly away from the Crone. The Raider moved over there, moved back a little bit away, and I dropped in the Mandrakes at the back here to have a go at the, what is it at the back there?
Hive Guard.
The Hive Guard.
Or a small unit of.
And then I've also dropped in the Scourges to have a go at the Hive Tyrant. In fact, if he can. So, we will commence shooting phase. Right, Drukhari, turn 2, shooting.
Yes.
Turn 2, shooting. Right, the Razor Wing fired it into the Hive Tyrant. Did it wound 1 wound? No, it missed everything, didn't it?
Missed everything. But then
the Scourges shot in and killed it. Then we picked away at the Gene Stealers with a lot of stuff. There was from the Venom and from the Razor Wing. The Razor Wing also shot into the Hive Cron.
Yeah, Crone, and got rid of that.
Got rid of that.
Yeah.
The Mandrakes shot into the
Hive Guard.
Killed one of them, put a couple of wounds on.
Got quite a lot of damage on her from the.
Yeah, the Reaper did 7 wounds of damage onto the Tervigan. We did 6 wounds of damage on the Venom Throats.
Yep, got rid of one of them.
And put 2 wounds on, and I think that's everything. So now we're going to go into charge phase and see how the Grotesques and the Talos fare with these old Gene Stealers.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Right, end of fight phase. The Talos and the Grotesques and the Homunculus went to work on the Gene Stealers, killing
16, 17.
Yeah, the three remaining anyway.
Yeah.
And the Mandrakes did 2. Is it 2 wounds or 1 wound?
Enough to take out. Oh yeah, just a wound. It was just a wound.
They shot and did a
bit.
One in the
killed one
shoot phase, and I think that's everything. So moving on to cards wise.
Oh yeah.
Cards wise, I got Kingslayer as well as
Witch Slayer, Hunter,
and Slay the Warlord.
Yeah.
So I'll be collecting them, which is 1 for that. And I need is D3 for Kingslayer.
Oh wow.
So that's 2. So that's an extra 4 points for me.
Awesome.
So moving on to Nid's turn 3.
So sticky. Yeah.
Right. Nid's movement.
Gene Stealers coming around here to get at them. They're going over there to get at them. He's going there to try and control that.
Control 5.
They're going
They're staying in combat.
Oh, can I walk away from combat?
You can. Yeah, you can't charge it unless you.
No, it's fine. Don't worry. I'll just might as well stay there and die, I suppose.
And then you moved everything up to
try and
towards
take
the
that
radar.
out. Yeah.
While staying.
She popped out another 8 of these to fill the unit back out with
and while staying in with objective 4.
Yeah. And then he's staying. Oops. The Biovore
stays
by objective 4 to hold that. Right. That's it.
Right. On to
6.
psych phase.
Quick shooting. Warriors destroyed them by shooting. Took a lot of damage off that.
Yeah, there was
Radar.
8 wounds off with all of that shooting.
And her.
And
that's
what
it.
else? You've also got a smite off of. And the spore did a mortal wound there.
Yeah.
And the there's no other charges, but the
Yes.
Jesus is in combat, and
there are charges.
There's one charge. Do you want to do that live on camera for this charge?
Easily.
They're in.
Them.
And they're in.
And then she's going to attempt.
No, she failed.
I don't think
So I've
she'll
got some rolls to do, so we'll come back after that.
So I've
On the
in the close combat I got wasted over here.
yeah, the Gene Stealer's chose to fight last because of the Mask of the Vexator, and the Talos just whipped him up.
Did a bit of damage here, not a lot.
Yeah, he killed 3 of the Mandrakes, but I took 2 of the Gene Stealers out.
And I did nothing over there.
And then what did you get on the?
So points wise, I get my no prisoners because it's 1 point just for destroying an enemy.
Yeah, which you got the
the
Scourges.
So that's up to 7, and supremacy because I kept him there, that there, and hit the Biovore.
Yep, within 3.
So I've managed to get it's
It's D3. So that's one for that live roll. 1.
And 1 for that. So we're up to 8. Cool.
Lovely.
Done.
Right. So now we're moving on to Drukhari. Movement phase. Right. Drukhari turn 3 movement phase. I haven't drawn any different cards. I've still got the same ones as last time because we're reduced down to 3 now. I've moved the whole of the Homunculus Coven up towards the Brood Lord there. I've moved the Venom and the Archon to try and get and defend objective 2. And I've withdrawn from combat the really badly wounded Raider. And I've moved one flyer across there and 1 flyer to the back of the board over there. And then I think that's everything. On to shoot phase. Right, Drukhari shooting phase. Well, we got rid of a couple of warriors with a multitude of shooting. We got rid of the Venom Throps with the Venom and the Razor Wing. We got rid of the Tervigon.
Yeah.
With the Reaper
Everything.
and the Ravager.
And a lot from that, and quite a bit from there.
Pretty much everything that was in range.
Yeah.
And then now we're on to charge phase, and the only charges I think I've got going off are the Homunculus Coven over here on the Broodlord.
And a bit of fighting to do.
And fighting to do over with the Mandrakes.
Yep.
Right, end of Drukhari fight phase. Failed charges with the Grotesques there and Homunculus. Got in with the Talos and the Grotesques there. Took off 2 wounds, and in return he took 3 wounds back. And the Mandrakes did nothing. So on to turn 4 Tyranids. Right, end of Nid's everything phase of turn 4. Turn 4. So the Jesus charged in there, took off 3 wounds. The Talos
wiped out 2 warriors.
But
the Broodlord took out 1 grotesque.
Yeah, the Broodlord took out 1 grotesque and brought 1 down to 1 wound. And I think that's everything. On to Drukhari.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you get for cards?
Oh, just 1 point for secure objective 5 because of
Securing objective 5 where the Biovores has been camped on it.
Yes.
I'm going to shoot him. Okay, Drukhari turn 4. Coming up. Right, end of shooting phase. I pretty much shot everything I declared at. Everything's dead bar the Termagants.
Devourer Termagants and
the stuff that's locked in combat, the Broodlord and the Warrior. Everything else I've managed to clear off with lots of Splinter Fire and Disintegrator Fire. So now just this to sort out, and then we'll come back to you at the end of the
turn 4.
End of turn 4. Close combat.
I can't, because even if one survived, then
after the fight phase, the Talos and the Grotesques did their work.
if I'd had a half chance if the Broodlord and the Warrior survived, then it might have been worth fighting another round. But
Because you were ahead of me on victory points.
yes, I am.
But with only them over there, Ben's decided to concede. A lot tighter game this time. Obviously, I was playing quite a competitive list. The only thing that was really going against me was the Haywires. You dealt out a lot more damage this time. I think you probably...
I can stack stuff a bit better with the large unit then with Tervigan. That's a really good
a lot of
working
shots.
unit. But what I didn't do is get your infantry out to get at them with the Devourers. So I think I need more stuff to take out your vehicles, which I can do.
You've got
an extra flyer.
You've got the models.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's definitely... Gene Stealers are horrible.
Gene Stealers. I might just run with 2 units of 20 next time. That might be.
They are horrid. Surprisingly, the Warriors are quite effective for the point value. The
because they
Venothrops are just annoying, making everything -1 to hit.
They can have a better weapon, and I think with the Venothropes, a bit more combination in the middle there with them and a large unit then perhaps might be good.
But definitely learned a lot more about the army. I have learned a lot more about the Nids.
Tervigans.
After
Tough as.
At the first turn, I was thinking, oh dear, I've taken a lot of wounds and stuff and did very little damage back, apart from like the Reaper, but managed to creep back into it, throwing a lot of invulnerable saves with a homunculus cover, really, and Feeling of Pains. My Feeling of Pains I threw a lot of on the first turn.
You've got a lot of really good Feeling of Pains. Otherwise, I'd have
been
got
really
quite a few of those
Grotesques out.
Grotesques down there.
I'm looking forward to. I've got all my Grotesque models now, the new models, so the old models will be discarded, and I'll be running a full set of new models and finishing off my tournament list. And
good.
Hopefully we'll get to play Ben next. I think I might play him with the Witch Coven list next, because I'm really up for trying. Don't tend to use the witches much, so I want to get some use out of them. Run some Reaver Jet bikes and have a bit of fun with that list, really.
Yeah.
So, and you've got your Imperial army to come as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be getting the Imperial Guard army to the channel. So it's been a really enjoyable game.
Yeah.
If you hadn't conceded, I would have lost on if it had gone through on victory points.
I don't think with the firepower surrounding them gonna survive.
No, like I say, the Raider was quite fortunate to survive. For a couple of good Feeling of Pains at the end there. That is the Blackheart, having that Feeling of Pain on all your vehicles is phenomenal for just keeping them alive for that little bit longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, great game, really enjoyed it. BFS Wargaming out. Thanks, bye.